Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today I'm going to teach you guys a new strategy that I've been messing around with. I think I'm the only person doing this to the extent that I'm doing it right now, and it's been going incredibly well. I just played 2 games of Crystal Maiden, and I dumpstered both of the games. I felt really strong. Now, to be fair, my team did great in the second game, but this is going to be the first game, and honestly, I definitely feel that this Crystal Maiden hero, if played in the way that I'm going to show you here today, it's insane. It's just absurd. So, what is so good about CM right now, or at least what do I think is good? Well, what they did recently, in the most recent patch, is they made it where her Cold Comfort makes it where your Blue Heart Flow, which is your innate, gives 75% mana regen amplification instead of 50%. Now, it was already good at 50%, and if you take the other facet, you can sort of do what I'm doing here as well. It's still good, but 75% is insane. When you pop a Clarity, you get more than your mana pool back. It is crazy. So let's get into it. On top of that, go sign up to the gameleap website, guys. I'm posting new content over there almost every day, and I'll see you there. Start rating items. I like having some stats just to make sure I'm a little bit tanky. I don't want to be too squishy on this hero. I have a Sage's Mask, and the reason why is this is 75% better. I basically get a 75% better version of Sage's Mask due to this innate, right? That is insane. Then, Clarities. Clarities will give me 10 mana regen per second. It's somewhere around there, which is crazy, right? If I AFK for 10 seconds, I get a full spell. And so yeah, my idea is that I'm taking Frostbite at level 2. Now you might be like, whoa, Speed, you're so crazy. It's not like people have been doing that for like forever. Yeah, but recently people have been taking Arcane Aura, and the reason why is you spam your Q, you skill your E, and the E scales really well with the Blue Heart Flow, right? It's just like, there's a lot of synergy there, and so I get it, right? The E at level 2 definitely makes a lot of sense, but instead you can hit an earlier spike, a devastating level 2 spike that CM has always had, and you can do it affordably now. Because you used to have to buy mangoes to really use it, now you just need cheaper and more effective clarities. So okay, in the early levels, nothing's too crazy. I'm mostly just playing to secure the range creep with my Q. Best case scenario, I'm hitting the enemy with it at the same time, as we see here. I was able to hit the Weaver and secure the range creep. Other than that, I'm going to look to pull. I'm basically just waiting to my level 2. I'm playing reasonably defensive, and then from there I'll go for kills. In this lane, a couple things to note, as I think we get a kill here. Yeah, and this is immediately like what I'm talking about. This level 2 spike, people aren't used to it anymore on CM. They're used to the level, the other go, right? Where you're not that strong at 2, you're strong at 3, but yeah, we just get a kill as a result. Unfortunately, my Slark decided to kill himself here. This was certainly interesting, but nonetheless, it was a good go. And then when I pop a Clarity, this is what's crazy. I'm at 85 mana here, right? 90. I mean, even just with the Sage's Mask, 3.3 regen. It's like so insane. But I'm at 100 when I pop the Clarity, and in like almost no time, I'm back to full mana. The Clarity actually gives you way too much. It's pretty funny. So best case scenario is you're actually casting spells during the Clarity. So yeah, like having a full mana pool off one Clarity is just funny stuff. A Mango gives you 100 mana, Clarity gives you like 380 or like 400. I haven't done the exact math, but yeah, I'm kind of a goon. These are my next items: 3 Clarities, Tangos, and a Blood Grenade. Like we're just queuing them all up. And at this point, if I'm ever full mana, I just cast a spell, right? I'll just casually cast a spell because I understand that my 3.3 mana regen is just going to get me back up to a comfortable range very quickly as we go for another bite onto the Weaver, dropping him to, you know, half HP. It does give him some sticks, which obviously sucks a little bit, but that's okay. As my Slark kills himself again. 0 respect for the Doom. What can you do? I mean, that happens, honestly. I get why he pounced in there, is to cancel the TP. The Weaver with the TP bait, actually genius. And you can kind of see from this trade here that, like, when I hit level 4, I just do a ton of damage to Weaver, kind of just poking from the outside, hit a 2-man Q, using a lot of autos off that Q, hit another bite, and the Doom's just like half HP. Obviously, you are feeding a lot of sticks, so it's going to give the enemy a lot of mana, which can be a tad problematic in certain matchups, like against Bristleback. Maybe you're going to feed this guy a lot of quills or whatever, but it's generally worth it, as like, I'm just keeping them low. This Weaver, half HP now, I pop another Clarity, and you might be like, oh, this is terrible for your net worth. But the reality is my Slark's not a good laner early on. People think he is. He's not. Slark's pretty bad. I'm giving this guy free farm. He killed himself twice, so they have way more net worth than they even should. And so, I mean, the lane is going great, all things considered, and I'm higher net worth than Weaver because he's buying regen to keep up. If you think people can buy no regen and deal with 14 Clarities that are 75% more effective, you're insane. And also the Weaver goes on me here, but because he's already low, I outplay him with a Clarity. I knew he was going to overcommit. Bad play from him, and we catch him out. And so that was really nice. And I think that led into a Doom kill as well, as we just have plenty of mana to do this. And he was also kind of low from all of the poking earlier. And you could see it just all snowballs. Dota is all a snowball game. These kills don't happen if I don't buy enough Clarities. These kills don't happen if I'm not poking them. for the last minute. And so, yeah, all snowball, and all of a sudden, my Slark is very, very high net worth. I'm very high net worth for a Crystal Maiden who's bought a ton of clarities. But most importantly, I'm level 5. This is the big thing here. I am so high level because I never have to go back to base. I never have to leave lane. And I don't even have to die. It's not like I feel compelled to die as we find another kill on a Weaver. I think we catched a Doom. Yeah, and at this point, I mean, my spells are just so effective, right? We have level 3 Frostbite. It's just way too high impact, and we find a double. And it's funny because now, in this game, I hit level 6 really early. I hit it, I think, off this creep camp. And when you hit level 6 in minute 6, let me tell you guys, you can kill anyone. The Doom walks up here, he's just dead. Like, and so this is what it takes to get to around 12k MMR. I'm currently 11.9, dropped some rank. Maybe I'm playing too much Crystal Maiden, I don't know, nah. But this is what it takes, and then it kind of keeps going. Like, I was thinking about killing the Doom again. Like, honestly, I'd never have a problem with just, like, continuously sitting in the same lane. If it's going well, I'll just keep pressuring it. But here, we saw in our ward, I placed a hill ward here to kind of scout out these rotations for my Slark. Placed a ward to see if they would come in the area, and we actually catched a Monkey King here. So this was huge, right? This was really, really nice. He almost actually got his Jingu off, but found him, killed the Monkey King off. We're going to take the tower, and I think I'll find another kill on the Doom here. After the top tower, TP bottom, we have this good ward. I love placing these wards. Like, if I know I'm going to roam, I'll place this so my carry can be safe alone. And we find another kill. Don't stack the disables, lead with Frostbite. I always lead with Frostbite over Q if I can. The Q has better cast range, but the W, if you get to use it first, you're going to have 2 of them, right? So it's way better to Frostbite first if you can. Even though the Q is actually, like, better for getting on top of people if they know that you're coming. It's way better to use Frostbite if possible. So that was an example of that. And yeah, I mean, my team's just sort of running them over at this point. And the big part is that this Doom is poor. And if you don't think it's because of, like, the laning stage pressure that I put on, you're crazy, right? Because Doom is totally fine, if not good against Slark in lane. Scorched Earth, it's more than easy to lane against Slark as Doom. It really, really is. Yeah, this guy is just buying some Midas, he's behind, and this guy has, like, some 8-minute diffusal blade, right? Which is, like, always funny stuff, the 8-minute diffusal. So a couple other things to note about this hero. In terms of neutral items, I would say Royal Jelly tends to be the best, just because you get even more mana. Like, it gives you mana regen, the item, and so it gives 75% more. So Royal Jelly is, like, completely busted on this hero. I actually could have taken it this game, and I didn't, and then I realized as I didn't take it, I'm like, oh shit, wait, that's probably overpowered. And so, yeah, definitely keep Jelly in mind. I'm always buying raindrops every single game. It's cost effective, and I'm getting 75% more mana regen. I know I'm repeating that, but all of these things, like, I'm very much revolving. It sounds crazy, but I revolve my gameplay around this facet, this buff, right? And it's just good because I can jungle, right? Like, if the game slows down, as we see here, like, my Slark's kind of doing his thing. It's not nighttime anymore. It's a lot harder to make plays. I think Nyx is ready to go, but he can do his own thing. I'm fine with jungling. I kill off a big camp. In the bottom jungle, I can, like, farm this camp if I want, and if I see something happening, I'll obviously run over and join the fight. And I think we end up taking a pretty good fight as I just go for the Frostbite ulti on Edge. And I like doing this, I don't think it's good to be greedy with the ult. I'll just always drop it on, like, if I can kill someone from full HP, more than happy to do that. I'm always going to make that play. It's just too valuable. So we farm up another large camp, and at this point in the game, as I said, if the game's slow, I can farm everything. If it's fast, no problem. I'll always be full mana to this facet. And what's cool as well is it kind of goes both, like, it really snowballs. The reason why this facet really snowballs is because when you cast spells, people near you get a percentage of the mana that you've used, and it scales with your E. And I don't max the E immediately, but I'll put a second point because it scales well at level 2, and it buffs the facet a bit. So I'm a big fan of taking the level 2 at 8, and then I'll either max Q or I'll go back and forth. So I'm a big fan of scaling that way. But because you have so much mana with the 75%, you're casting more spells, and that is naturally giving your team more mana. Like, when we take this fight, when I'm playing around my Nyx Assassin, I'm giving a hero that has severe mana problems, even just a game. He's able to play the game at a much higher pace than he would have been able to. And we actually smoked for the Wisdom here. This was nice. We took the mid tower, smoked to the Wisdom. Stealing the enemy Wisdom here is huge. The Weaver goes in with no ulti, I know that, so Frostbite at a time lapse kills him off. Looking onto the Doom here. I think I wanted a Frostbite Monkey King, so I was holding it. Yeah, I was holding it just in case the Monkey King decided to go back in, and then he did. So we hit him up with the Frostbite, just make sure he can't build up that Jingu. And yeah, this game is pretty much over. And so yeah, this is how you can snowball on CM, guys. Just make sure you're buying a billion clarities. If you don't buy 4 or 5 in the laning stage, you're not going to feel the power. You have to spam your spells. Then when you spam your spells, back off, regen up, do it again. And then rinse, repeat over and over and over again. And you will feel how crazy this hero can be. If the game goes bad for whatever reason, it's okay to slow down the pace of the game. You can jungle. You can farm up your ulti very easily because this hero jungles really fast. And so there's a lot of options. And that's why I'm such a big fan of CM right now. Even though, like, I don't even think Slark is necessarily the best lane with CM. It's not bad, but, like, I'd way rather play with, like, a Gyrocopter or a Troll Warlord that's going to put a lot more pressure. But okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.